Hello. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this stitch that features in my Norwegian Shells Shawl. So this is what it looks like in a fade. So we've got one main colour, and then this has actually got four slightly varying shades of four different colours of yarn. You can also try it out with two colours, as with this sort of black and cream version. And in fact, during this video I'm just going to be using two colours. So the main feature of, or the main two features really, of this pattern is the fact that it's a shell stitch, and then you've also got some of these extended front post double crochets, giving this really fantastic texture. So I have used 4-ply or fingering weight yarn with a 3.5mm hook, because the main aim of my fabric is to be loose and drapey because I'm making a shawl. If you are using this stitch for anything else, maybe a blanket or something, and you want to use a thicker yarn, then I would recommend probably a 4mm hook for double knit, and maybe 4.5 or 5 for Aran and worsted weight yarns. So that'll be up to you to experiment. At this point I'm just showing you the main stitch pattern that I've used in the shawl, that you could also use for something else, but for anyone that's making my shawl pattern, this is how you will be making your swatch. And so I'm going to start off with a chain 26. This is a the starting chain is a 6 stitch pattern repeat plus 1. So if you like this stitch pattern, you want to make a bigger piece or a blanket or something, you'll have to add multiples of 6 and then always add 1 on at the end. And that is because if we have a look here, this is obviously we've got one stitch here, then we've got a chain section which is repeated, but then the left hand side of the shell always has to be anchored down with one last stitch. So you're going to have a chain 6, repeat that, and then add 1 at the end. So I am going to chain 26. In 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. So the first 3 rows are setup rows, and actually row 1 is a wrong side row. So I'm going to start off by putting 1 single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and that is 1 UK double, 1 single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Next I'm going to make an open shell, and that consists of 4 double crochets, each separated with a chain 1, and that is in the UK terminology, that is 4 treble crochets, each divided with a chain 1. So to start off, we're going to skip 2 stitches, and we are going to double crochet, chain 1, that's our second double crochet, chain 1, third double crochet, chain 1, and fourth double crochet. Then we're going to skip 2 more chains, and we're going to put 1 single crochet or 1 UK double into the next stitch. And here you can see we've made our first shell, and this will also help you understand the stitch counts. So we've used 6 chains and then 1 chain to anchor off the right hand side, or the left hand side really, of the shell. So if you're making a repeat and you want multiple shells, you will do multiples of 6 for your chain, and then you always need to add 1 extra chain to help anchor the left hand side, the final shell that you make. The other thing you need to remember is you always need to also add 1 chain for the first turning chain. So the starting chain will always be multiples of 6 plus 1 for the turning chain and 1 to anchor the final shell. So now I'm going to make another open shell. So I'm going to skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and I'm going to do a double crochet or a UK treble, chain 1. That's my second double crochet, chain 1. That's my third double crochet, chain 1. That's my fourth double crochet, and no chain 1 at the end. Only put the chain 1s between the doubles. Then I'm going to skip 2 chains, and then I'm going to single crochet, which is a UK double. So now you can see I have got 2 little shells. Let's make the third one. Skip 2, double crochet, chain 1, making our open shell, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, making the last double crochet, which is the fourth double crochet. No chain 1 after that. We're just going to skip 2 chains, and we're going to single crochet into the third chain. So that now gives us 3 shells. We should have room for 1 more shell. Skip 2, make another open shell, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 2 chains. You should have enough space for the last single crochet to anchor that final chain, anchor that final shell rather. So for your little swatch, you should have 4 shells. For this swatch, we're using 2 different colours, and for the sake of the swatch, I'm not going to fasten off at the end of every row. I'm just going to carry the yarn up the side. And actually, because we are switching yarn, I'm just going to undo this last single crochet, and I'm going to change colours as I make the stitch. So I'm going to do the first step of the single crochet, which is to go, the first 2 steps go into the chain, pull up a loop. I'm going to finish off the single crochet with the new colour. Now I'm going to chain 6 in colour B, and that's going to count as 1 treble and a chain 3 space, or in UK terminology, that's 1 double treble and a chain 3 space. Next up, I'm going to skip 2 double crochets from my open shell, or 2 trebles if you're in the UK, and I'm going to single crochet into the chain 1 space, which in essence is the middle space of my open shell. Then I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to skip the rest of this shell, so I'm going to skip 2 trebles, and then I'm going to do an extended front post double crochet. So this is a normal double crochet, like a normal double crochet, except we're working round the post of a stitch, and we're also extending the double crochet to pull it up level with the work. So in this case, we're going round this first single crochet, or actually it's the second single crochet, but it's the next single crochet of your previous round. So we're going to yarn over, make sure you've located that single crochet, the next single crochet from the previous round, and you're going from the front of the fabric round the back of the post and then popping up to the front of the fabric again. You're going to pull up a loop, and as you pull up your loop, you're going to pull it up quite far so that you're level with the single crochet stitch you've already made. Then you're going to finish off the double crochet, yarn over, draw off 2, yarn over, draw off 2, and that's your first extended front post double crochet done. On this first on this row 2, the setup row, this is actually slightly shorter than all subsequent front post double crochets or UK front post treble crochets that you're going to be making. We're going to chain 3, and then we're going to again single crochet into the middle chain 1 space of this next open shell, which means we're going to skip 2 double crochets, and then we're going to single crochet in the middle chain 1 space, chain 3, and now make another extended front post double crochet round the next single crochet from the previous round. Yarn over, go from the front of the work through to the back, go right round the back of that post of that single crochet, and then pop up the other side. Then you're going to pull up a loop, and you're going to pull up that loop quite far, yarn over, draw off 2, yarn over, draw off 2. That's the second front post double crochet made, chain 3. Same again, we're going to single crochet in the middle chain 1 space of our shell, open shell, which means skipping 2 trebles, going into that chain 1 space with a single crochet, and we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to do another extended front post double crochet around the next single crochet of the previous row. So from front to back, pop round the back of that post, pull up a loop, pull it up quite far, extend that loop, yarn over, draw off 2, yarn over, draw off 2. Next up, chain 3, skip 2 trebles so that we're single crocheting into the middle chain 1 space, chain 3, and then we're just going to put a normal double crochet into the very last single crochet of the round. So at the end of row 2, it should look something like this. Row 3, we are going to continue with this colour. We're going to make a chain 1, and this is not counting as any stitch, and nor do we ever work into it. Chain 1, and then we're going to put 1 single crochet into the first stitch from the previous round, which was our double crochet. And now we're going to make another open shell. So we're going to do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Let's check we got 4. Remember, this is a bit where sometimes people go a bit wrong. They see this chain 3 space you've got from the previous row, which is here. Sometimes people accidentally count that as one of their shell stitches. So remember, this first one here is from the previous row. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 there. And we've put all of those stitches into the single crochet, the first single crochet from the previous row. Next up, we're going to single crochet into the top 2 loops, just treating it like a normal stitch, this front post double crochet that we did, extended front post double crochet that we did from the previous row. So we're going to single crochet into there, and then we're just going to follow that sequence. Every time we come to a single crochet, which should be directly above the previous shell, we're going to make another open shell, which is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Didn't finish that off very well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet. So sometimes you need to make sure you tilt that front post, extended front post double crochet towards you, so that you can see front loop, back loop, so it looks like a chain across the top there. Single crochet in there, another open shell, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and skip the chain 3 and single crochet into and single crochet into the next extended front post double crochet from the previous round. One more shell in the single crochet, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, fourth double crochet. Here we've got the chain 6 from the previous row, counting as 1 double crochet and a chain space. So we're going to single crochet into the 3rd chain from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, and because we're going to be switching colours, we're actually going to finish off this single crochet with the colour A from the previous colour that we were using. So I'll just show you how to do that again in one step. So we've got 1, 2, 3rd chain. Start off your single crochet as normal, which is pulling up a loop, but you don't finish it off with colour B, you finish it off with colour A. Yarn over, draw that through. So as you can see, I'm just going to pull this colour here that's running up the side. I'm just going to pull that to match gauge. If you're going to be making something else with this, you can add a border on at the end to cover up these floats along the side, unless you're seaming or doing something where the floats will be on the inside, and then it doesn't really matter. So let's have a look at the end of row 3. And that's actually the wrong side. So the right side of the fabric shows the extended front post double crochets, and it shows the backs of your double crochets. So we've ended on a wrong side, and now we're going to go into the main pattern repeat. So these 2 colour stripes, which actually only make up 3 rows, these are our setup rows. Next we're doing the main stitch pattern repeat. So with colour A, I'm going to chain 6, which counts as 1 double crochet and a chain 3 space. And this row is very similar to the previous setup row, except we're working into this second colour. So we're going to skip 2 doubles, and we're going to single crochet in the chain 1 space in the middle of the shell. Now we're going to chain 3 again, and we're going to make an extended front post double crochet. You're going to yarn over, and this time you're going to work round the entire post of the previous front post double crochet in the other colour. And with this one, you really do need to pull it up quite a bit more than the first setup rounds, because you're working around this post rather than into the chain. So this stitch is a bit longer, so don't be shy, pull it up. You're trying to get level to this single crochet that you've made there. Yarn over, draw off 2, yarn over, draw off 2, chain 3, single crochet into the middle chain space of your open shell by skipping 2 double crochets and single crocheting into that chain 1 space. So this is what this section looks like. You've got to make sure that these front post double crochets are in line with your single crochets, otherwise the fabric doesn't sit properly. So I'll just show you what happens if you do those too tight. So next stage of the pattern is chain 3 and another extended front post treble, going round the back of this front post treble from the previous stripe. And if I just do a normal double and then chain 3 and then skip 2 doubles and go into the chain 1 space in the middle of my shell, what you can see is a big dip there, which will make the fabric pucker. We're trying to keep it nice and level like this one by really, when you're pulling up that loop, you're really extending it level to the single crochet stitches you're making. Yarn over, round the post, yarn over, pull up that loop and extend that loop, yarn over, draw off 2, yarn over, draw off 2, chain 3. And in a way it is actually better to make these slightly too long. That doesn't really cause any harm because it just kind of bunches down and you get an accentuated kind of pear drop shape of the base of the stitch going around the post, which is preferable to puckering. So we've done our chain 3 and we're going to single crochet in the top chain 1 space of our open shell. Chain 3, extended front post treble, double, extended front post double crochet, pull up that loop nice and high, yarn over, draw off 2, yarn over, draw off 2, 1, 2, 3 chains, single crochet in chain 1 space in the middle of our open shell, chain 3, and we're just going to do a normal double crochet into the last single crochet stitch. So we can have a quick look and see what it looks like at the end of row 4. Row 5, I'm going to chain 1, turn the work, and I'm going to put 1 single crochet in the double crochet from the previous row. Now we're going back to our open shells. Double crochet into the first single crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, this is our third double crochet, chain 1, this is our fourth double crochet, and we're going to put a single crochet in the top of this extended double crochet from the previous round, making sure we're tilting it towards us so we can see front loop, back loop and go through both. Single crochet, open shell in the next single crochet, double, chain 1, second double, chain 1, third double, chain 1, fourth double, no chain, single crochet into the top of the next extended front post double, open shell, double, chain 1, second double, chain 1, third double, chain 1, fourth double, single crochet in the extended front post double, last shell in the single crochet, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, 4 double crochets. I'm going to single crochet into the 3rd chain of the beginning chain 6 from the previous round, at the same time switching to the other colour. So we do that by finding the 3rd chain first, 1, 2, 3, treating that chain like a normal stitch, i.e. going front loop, back loop, pulling up a loop, first step of a single crochet, dropping that yarn, picking up the other colour, allowing it to run up the side of our work, matching the same gauge as this side of the work stitches, and we're going to yarn over and finish off that single crochet. So at this point I'm just going to sort of pull that to match gauge. And now we repeat the whole process. Chain 6, turn the work, single crochet in the middle chain 1 space of the first open shell, chain 3, extended front post double crochet around this extended front post double crochet from 2 rounds down. Make sure you really extend that yarn over draw of 2, yarn over draw of 2, chain 3, single crochet in the middle of the next open shell, chain 3, extended front post double crochet, yarn over around the back of that post of the previous extended front post double crochet, really pull that yarn over up, yarn over draw of 2, yarn over draw of 2, 1, 2, 3, oop, lost it, 3, single crochet in the space, 1, 2, 3, extended front post double crochet, yarn over around the previous front post double crochet, pull up that loop nice and high, yarn over draw of 2, yarn over draw of 2, chain 3, single crochet in the top of the next open shell, chain 3, double crochet in the last single crochet of that row. So remember, sometimes you need to tilt the work towards you just to actually see front loop, back loop of those stitches from previous rows. So yarn over, double crochet into that first stitch, and that's what it looks like after that row. So I'm going to do one more set of shells for you, and that basically gives you the full stitch repeat. Chain 1, single crochet into the top of that first double crochet, make an open shell in the first single, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, that's 3 double crochets, chain 1, 4th double crochet, single crochet into the top of this extended front post double, make another shell, chain double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the top of the double crochet extended front post double, double crochet into the next shell, chain 1, single crochet even, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, single crochet into the top of the next extended front post double, one last shell, and here we've got our chain 6, and we're going to single crochet into the 3rd chain of that chain 6, from the bottom up, and at the same time changing colour. So 1, 2, 3, treat that chain like a normal stitch, front loop, back loop. Pull up a loop just like you would with a normal single crochet. Drop that colour, pick up the other colour, yarn over, draw through, give the edge a little stretch just to make sure that that float is matching the tension of the edge. So there you go, that's the wrong side. The side with the front post doubles, that is the right side. This is what it will look like. You just keep going, wash, block and allow that to dry. Take your measurement if you're making the shawl, obviously. If it's the right size, you can go ahead and make your shawl. If it's too big, you can go ahead and make your shawl. It doesn't really matter, it's a very small shawl, so if it's a little bit bigger it won't really matter. If your swatch is too small, then unfortunately that is going to cause a problem, because as I said, it's a small shawl. You might end up with something that's too small to wear. So I would either go up a hook size and swatch again, or maybe try and find a slightly thicker yarn if you are, you know, if it will still give you a fabric that you personally like. So thanks for watching. If you like this shawl and you want to make it, please do check out the links in the caption. I'm selling this pattern. As you can appreciate, a lot of time and work goes into this. All of this that I do on my YouTube and my website. The pattern, which will show you how to make this really nice triangular shawl. We'll show you how to shape, how to put a border on, how to make a tassel, amongst other things. You can buy it from Ravelry, from Love Crafts, from my Ko-Fi shop, and from Etsy, but I prefer not to buy it from Etsy really, because the fees are a total rip-off. So anyway, whatever you do, I hope you enjoyed making that, and if you make my shawl, I would be absolutely delighted if you share your finished project with me. Thank you, bye bye.